In this exercise, we're looking at finding royalty-free images. I'm going to let you take a look around for those. There's some great resources at mccdgm.net. Steffi went through and put up a lot of great, awesome resources. This is where I'd start looking. You have to find at least 3 sites. You need to use different types of photos. You can use things that are in public domain, things that are Creative Commons, things that have no license restrictions at all. I like Pixabay because that is free to use and you don't have to do attribution, but you're going to look around and find some of your own. I'm just going to show you how I made the page. So I have a background image, and you'll notice that again, we have the styles here at the top, and this is really where I'm going to focus my time because the HTML is pretty standard. I've put in a background image for the body with no repeat, center, fixed. What that does is it makes it so that the background image stretches across the entire page and stays in place as you scroll. Color is again my text color, font family. Box sizing, border box, this one's new. It's making the box sizing count the border and the padding when it does sizing. It makes things line up a little better. My container is again resizable with a maximum width of 1060. I've got a hairline border with a yellow color, margin of 20, that's giving me 20 pixels between these. Padding is inside, that's 15 pixels between the content and the edge of the container here. Border radius, 5 pixels, slight curve to the corner. Background, red, green, blue. This is a very pale blue color, 65% transparency. This is interesting. If you change the transparency, you can see that we can make this background much more solid, and depending on what you want to read and how much you want to see through it, that's the number you play with. So with rgba, you have your rgba colors and then the percent opacity. 1 would be completely opaque, 0 would be completely transparent. I think I started this at 65. I probably would be really happy right about here at 75, and you can see that's a little bit more transparent, but I'm not reading a lot of text against that, so that's probably fine. I'm using a figure for the first time. Figures are surrounding my images, so they've got a figure with a figure caption and the image inside it. And that's sort of creating a frame for my image. So I've got a border on that with a padding of 20 pixels, margin of 30 pixels auto. So 30 from here, and it's centering on the inside. Height is auto, maximum width is 500 pixels. So it will resize up to a point with the screen. But there's no minimum. There's a maximum it'll reach, but there is no minimum. And by letting the background height, by the height being auto, it will allow it to automatically scale. And you'll notice I've also got a partially transparent background here, so I'm layering a partially transparent black background. And you can't really see the stars through it at that point, but it's at 80% transparency. So I've got a figure caption with a background. The width here is 100%. It doesn't go all the way across because of the padding of the figure. Font family is cursive. Padding is 5 pixels. It's really giving me room on either side, and I'm doing a text align center. The image width is 100% with 5% pixels padding and a height of auto. And then I'm just doing my basic styling, H1, H2, and my links, I'm making them look like buttons, sort of inspired by the color of the flower. And that's pretty much it for the styles. The body, the container's pretty simple. You've seen all of this before, except for the figures. Let's look in the main section, container, and the figure. So this is how the figure is set up. The figure covers the whole box so that the image is in. Figure caption is here. You could have put that beneath the image if you'd wanted to by putting it under the code. then your image source, and make sure you have an alt tag. I will check for that. That's required for ADA compliance. So that's what this assignment's page looks like, and you can see how we are sort of nesting different components inside of each other.